Hey and welcome to another tutorial. Today I will show you how to create this pile of poo emoji inside Microsoft PowerPoint. And as you can probably tell, the left one is an image just because I wasn't able to find a bigger image. So when I resize it to this bigger size, it's kind of blurry. The right one is our creation in Microsoft PowerPoint. So let's get started. I will start in a blank presentation and I will zoom in as much as I can. And of course I need to start with some shapes. And just because those are kind of not very geometric shapes, if I can say it that way, I have to use a custom shape tool which is called a freeform tool. So I will select Insert, Shapes, Freeform tool, and I will just click on the vertices. I will start probably this middle shape, so I will just click on those 4 vertices and close the shape. Then I will open the shape fill properties and increase the transparency a little bit. Then I will right click and select Edit Points, and I will start messing around with the with those handles. So I will make this a little bit rounded. I will also make this left side rounded as well. This one should be like curved to the bottom, and same for this one. This should be curved to the bottom like this. Okay, so we have this middle shape. We can continue with other shape, maybe this bottom one. So again, I will select Insert, Shapes, Freeform tool. I will try to click to the very same vertices as previously. I probably just need 4 of them, maybe 5. I'm not quite sure. I will again increase the transparency. Maybe if I just click the set as default shape previously, if I just right click and select the set as default shape, I would have this shape already transparent, but it doesn't matter. I need to right click and select Edit Points, and I need to again add this kind of rounded edge in here as well as here. Hopefully 4 vertices will be enough. And for the top part, I want to kind of match the shape on top, so kind of make it similar looking. And on the bottom, I will just make this rounded like this, like so. Okay, that seems about right. So now when I've already clicked the set as default shape, when I select Insert, Shapes, Freeform shape, I should have the shape being transparent. Let's see. So I will select 3 points, insert 3 points. I will right click, select Edit Points. This top part should be rounded. So again, I will use the handles and make it rounded. This should kind of be the same shape as the shape above, so I will try to make it the same shape like this, and the bottom one should be of course just a little bit rounded. Okay, maybe not that much. That seems about right. So the only missing part is the top shape, which is just a little bit more complicated. So I'll insert shape, a freeform shape. I will start in here, probably continue in here and here, then I will add 1 more point here, and I will most likely add maybe 2 points here, not quite sure. That should work. Right click, select Edit Points. This is a rounded part as well as this one, like this, maybe not that much. This bottom part should be aligned to the shape below, so somehow make it the same. This is the rounded part, and here is something. Maybe I can right click and select Smooth Point, and I can do the same for this one. So I just need to rotate those handles around a little bit, maybe like this. This seems about right. Maybe I don't need that many points, but doesn't matter. It kind of looks the same. So I will select all 4 shapes, move those to side, and I already get something similar looking, but I need to add kind of like a 3D highlight. So I will right click, select Format Object. I will set the line to no line, make sure that everything is kind of touching. Maybe I'll move this, pressing the up arrow key on my keyboard just so everything is just a little bit overlaid on top of each other. And for the fill, I will just sample one of those brown colors, maybe this one, without any transparency. I will jump to the effects, and for the 3D format, I will open the top bevel properties, and I will set this to round bevel. And I need to increase the width to much higher number, maybe like, I don't know, 18 points, 20 points, something along 80 points seems right. Now the highlight is probably too strong compared to the original image. I can only choose between the no highlight, which is this matte material, or even stronger highlights. So I probably need to change the lighting. So I will keep this to warm matte, but I will try to change the lighting to maybe, I don't know, maybe this soft one, which will make it a little bit less light, so the highlights are not that strong. I just need to increase or change the angle to a point where it's like shining from the top, maybe around here, 290 degrees. That seems about right. And I think that's fine. Maybe I can play with the height settings. Maybe 4 is a little bit less, maybe 5 is something in between. Not quite sure. If you take a look at the original image, you can see that like those sides are a little bit darker. Maybe we can, instead of using just a plain solid fill, we can use a gradient fill instead. So I will again jump to the fill and line properties, and I will change the solid fill to gradient fill. And I probably want the very same brown color which I had previously in the middle. So brown should be in the middle, and of course the angle should be set to 0 degrees, such as going from left to right. And for the left and right gradient stubs, I will sample a little bit darker color, maybe like this one. I will use the same for the right stub as well. So there is a little bit of like fading to a darker color along the edges. So I'm pretty satisfied with the background shape. I will select all 4 shapes and just group them together holding the Ctrl G on my keyboard. Then I will zoom in as much as I can over the original shape, and I will try to trace the eyes and the mouth. So I will select Insert, Shapes, Oval, this one. And I will trace the eyes, so one eye, second eye. I will just copy paste both shapes, move them to the same spot and resize them holding the Ctrl and Shift key on my keyboard. Maybe not the Shift key, but just the Ctrl key, so it's a little bit different size. And for the mouth, I will most likely draw a new ellipse or oval like this, and a new rectangle like this, and then I will select both and select Merge Shapes, Intersect. Okay, I will select all those shapes, and of course move them over, not resize them, but move them over our creation. So for the back pieces of the eyes, I will set the fill to be a gradient fill again, going from like the gray to white color. So I will sample the gray color from the original image. This seems like a gray color, going to white color. I don't need any other gradient stubs, but I need to change the angle to 90 degrees just so it goes from the top. The inner parts of those eyes should be without any line, being the black color without any transparency, of course. And as you can see, there is kind of like the 3D inset effect. We can probably do the same by just using a gradient for the line. So I will set the line to be gradient line as well, going from the very dark brown color like this one. The middle stub should be something in between, maybe this one, and the last stub should be a lighter brown color. Maybe this one is fine, like this. Okay, I will remove this blue stub, and I will increase the width for the outline to maybe 2 points. That kind of looks fine. I'm pretty sure I can just select this shape and reuse the same gradient fill for the mount. So I will select Home ribbon, and in the Format Painter I will just click the Format Painter and click on the mount, and suddenly we have the very same style for the mount. You can see that there is a little bit of like a roundness for the mount. We have the very strong edges. Maybe we can quickly try to fix it. Let's see if it's possible, if I can even locate my smiley face. Okay, I'll right click and select Edit Points, and I will most likely just hold the Ctrl key on my keyboard and add few more edit points, which is not kind of working. You know, we are messing up the shape a little bit. I will remove this. There are multiple points in here. Okay, and for this one I need to make it a little bit wider. Probably this wasn't as good as good idea as I thought, but since I've started, I will try to finish it, not screwing the shape too much. Okay, so we have a little bit of like round corners, but this is probably not the best way how to do it for the mount. Okay, seems about right. Anyway, when I zoom out, you will probably not see that it's that wrong. And that's it. That's probably all that you need to create the Pile of Poo emoji inside Microsoft PowerPoint. Thanks for watching.